This conference will now be recorded.
All right, good afternoon and welcome to the Clear Lines training session. I am your host, Kipp Cohen. Today is Tuesday, the 9th of April, 2019. Here for the next about 60 minutes to cover the Clear Lines indicator running on the Medved Trader platform. Here to answer your questions, assist you, whatever you feel you need information about how to use the system, I'm here to help. This session is recorded. We conduct it every Tuesday and Thursday, 3 o'clock Eastern. Recorded sessions are posted to the equity-alerts.com YouTube page. Just go to equity-alerts.com. Up at the top of the page, you'll see a YouTube link, and you will see our videos posted there. Actually, just now got Thursday's posted up from last week. But we have a pretty full list of videos available to view. And they all do have a description of what's covered in that segment. Just to give you a real quick overview, again, my name is Kipp Cohen. I am one of the co-owners of equity-alerts.com as well as Clear Trading Systems. Equity-alerts.com is a informational service, and Clear Lines is a indicator provided by Clear Trading Systems, two different companies, but they are kind of commingled together. We market the Clear Lines through Equity-Alerts only because the two go together really well, and a lot of the Equity Alerts users are also Clear Lines customers, and vice versa. The platform that we utilize for Clear Lines is Medved Trader. Medved Trader was developed by the same team that developed Quote Tracker, which was a trading platform that was acquired several years back, I believe, by TD Ameritrade, purchased Quote Tracker. It is integrated with many brokers. Ally Invest, TD Ameritrade, E-Trade, and Interactive Brokers are the main integrated brokers. Unfortunately, Charles Schwab and Fidelity are not integrated. Doesn't mean you can't use the platform. It just means you would have to subscribe to a third-party data to power it if you wanted to use the platform. So can everybody hear me okay? Everyone else, Stan cannot hear me, but the others, can you hear me loud and clear? All right, am I coming through okay? Frank, can you hear me all right? I wonder if there's an issue. Maybe it's on my end. Can you hear me now, Stan? Can y'all hear me? Test, test. I'm good. Okay. Hey, yes, of course. Okay, good. Y'all can hear me now. All right, Stan, I'm glad you got it going. Of course I missed you, Frank. How you doing? Is there anything that anybody needs specifically to cover today? Any part of the platform? So anyway, I was saying, so Medved Trader, developed by the team that developed Quote Tracker that I believe TD Ameritrade had acquired, and we really like our relationship with Medved. They are very responsive to our needs. Their platform is extremely powerful. We love the fact that we can integrate other indicators while using the clear lines. What you're looking at right now, you will see two different time frames for two different stocks, BABA and Pentair, 1 and 3 minute charts. On the 1 minute chart, we have our clear lines with candlesticks and parabolic stop and reverse. There's also daily pivots on the charts, but they're just not visual right now for whatever reason. We're not near one. There you go. See, there's R1 and there's pivot. You just had to squeeze in to see them. On the right chart, you will have, again, clear lines, daily pivots, candlesticks, and the other line you see is volume weighted average price. And the volume weighted average price, we really enjoy using that indicator because it turns out to be a good typically a good price target. And I'll give you an example if when I open up this chart. This is Pentair, which actually we had an alert on it earlier at 38.67 on a long trade, and you can see where it ran up and actually started to tighten up the stop as it was moving higher. It actually came down and stopped us out at 39.06, which was still a great trade, 39 cents. But you'll notice that it actually, after that, spiked up and missed VWAP by like a penny. It did come back down, and then it just in the last few minutes went back up and basically touched the volume weighted average price. So hold on a second. So anyway, we love using that indicator because it helps us for finding potential price targets. So Stan is still having sound issues. All right. Yeah, so it is a very good indicator for finding potential price targets. Stan was asking, apparently he can't hear. Is this similar to Wise Trade for options? So The okay, hold on. 1 second. Okay. So oh, now you can hear it. Okay, that's weird. It keeps cutting in and out. So you were asking about, the question you had sent in was, is this platform similar to WiseTrade for options? So it does not have a lot of the features that like the same stuff that was in WiseTrade for options, but it actually has a lot more features. So you can create multiple layouts with different time frames. You can turn on and off the candlesticks so that if you just want clear lines, the clear lines are very similar to what you had with WiseTrade. They are buying and selling momentum charts or indicators, buying and selling in momentum indicators, and function in a very similar manner. You'll notice, though, there is the addition of these up and down arrows, which validate or basically confirm a fresh cross. When a cross locks in, the arrow appears. So it makes it visually easier to see these up and down crossovers. The functionality within using options is based on who your broker is. So the software integrates with a handful of different brokers. You'll notice I have different accounts here tied into it. And I can actually right click on my chart to get option chain information. There's, if I want the option chain for BABA, then I just click this, and then I get all of the options. And then I can list them by calendar, by strike, by vertical spreads, calendar spreads, straddle strangles, and buy rights. I can also choose just calls, just puts, or both puts and calls. I can select all of the contracts. I can select in the money, out of the money, or near the money. All right, and I can specify specific expirations or all the expirations. So it just depends on what you want. You can also add and remove different columns. So if you have certain information, additional information that you want, I have delta on here, but if you want theta or one of the other gamma, vega, any of the other option Greeks, you can add those. I have days to expiration, and you can scroll up and down through the different contracts. You can also trade directly from this window. So if I wanted to, let's say, buy a put option on BABA right now, and I'm just doing this for an example, but if I wanted to buy this put, I can click and then go to click the specific option, and I can click trade. It'll open up a trade ticket. I can select one, mark it, and then buy to open, and then you can see it filled it. This is in my demo account. So you can trade options directly from the charts. I believe there's also some additional option things that you can do. I want to say it's in the dashboard. There is option risk analytics. And I think this is dependent upon the broker, if the broker provides that or not. So TD Ameritrade does not have options risk analysis. Let's see if, and I have not used this feature, so I'm not real familiar with it. Let's see. What was the put that we did? I don't even remember. 187 or something. 180. Okay, so actually, yeah, this is through Ally Invest. Hold on, let me see if TD Ameritrade. Okay, yeah, so you just have to pick the option, and then you can run this option risk analysis for, what was the option we did? The 180 put for the, yeah, 180 add option. 180. But again, I'm not an active user of option risk analysis and using stuff like this, so I don't even know how to interpret into any of this. But this is an option risk analysis tool. That is built into the Medved platform. Yeah. Maybe in one of the upcoming sessions, I'll invite Jerry in and he can kind of discuss it in a little more detail. But anyway, so there are a lot of things you can do with this platform, and obviously the option feature would be helpful. I have not been able to pull up the charts for the actual. So hold on, let me go back into the option chain. So we did which one was it? The 180, this one. So you can actually, depending on the broker, you can get data for the option itself, like depth chart for a specific, here's the depth chart for that option. Intraday chart for the option, but I don't get that data. Or I wonder if I have to backfill it. Hold on, let me try. Yeah, it's not. If I could get that, depending on the broker and what data subscriptions, you should be able to also get the actual chart of the underlying option, which is what this would be if I had have that ability to get it. I wonder if it'll give me the historical. No. This is the level 2 for the option chain, so we can see that as well. See where the orders are sitting. And there's raw data. Depth of market. So this information is available for that. So the Stan says, does the platform interact with Schwab? Unfortunately, Schwab and Fidelity are two of the brokers that are not integrated with Medved. You would have to have, you don't, I mean, you can, so you don't have to use, you don't have to be integrated with your broker to use the platform, but there would be an additional cost. That's going to end up being about, if you don't have an Ally Invest account, there's in addition to my $59 a month fee, there's an additional $20 a month fee, and then if you don't have one of the integrated brokers, it's roughly another $25 a month for streaming quotes. I don't know about the options. That may be an additional fee to get option quotes as well. Actually the best thing to do would be to, even though you may only still want to primarily trade with Schwab, you may want to consider opening a brokerage account with one of the integrated brokers, so you're not having to pay the monthly fee for quotes. If you open an Ally Invest account, they do with more than $500, funded with more than $500, and you have to maintain at least $500. Then that'll save the $20 a month platform fee, and that'll save the additional $25 in data. If you don't trade out of the Ally account, they will charge you about $750 a month for the data quotes. But you're still saving money. So I can explain that to you when we talk in a little more detail. It just depends on really which way you want it to go. TD Ameritrade, you would not have to pay for data, but you would still have to pay that platform additional $20 to Medved. In addition, again, to my $59 a month fee for clear lines. But it does quite a bit. And again, there's a lot of different ways you can trade with this. If you're a longer term trader and you primarily like to focus on the bigger time frames, the layout you want to probably use would be the 2-chart layout. That way you have on the left, you have an intraday chart. On the right, you have a historical chart. So the historical chart will allow you to look at the short-term daily trend, and you can look at it on a 50-day basis, 100-day basis, 200-day basis. Just depends on how far back you want to see. You can scroll backwards and look, years back. You want to go back to, when is this? 2015, 2014, you can look on a daily basis. All right, and then you can go down to the weekly chart. See the weekly chart, you can scroll backwards in time. going back to late 2014, and then you could go on the monthly chart and look at any of the history there. The history depends on how far back the quotes for that specific stock. So certain stocks obviously are going to have a lot more history than others. So here's Microsoft. I can look at the month, the week, the monthly chart, long-term trend, and I can go back on this one all the way to 2003. So I can see my clear lines all the way back. But so the right chart here is what's considered a historical, long, mid, and short, and then the left chart is an intraday, where I can switch between different time frames from any of the preset or any custom time frame, even with under a minute. I can do 30-second or 15-second. There's a lot of different time frames that you can utilize. Does the platform provide option searches? So it does not. So that's one feature that, like the WiseTrade options, you could search based on certain criteria. This one does not allow for that. So there you can do the option analytics, and you can utilize the option chain feature, which you can do filtering based on specific option chains, but no, it does not have the same scanning features like the old WiseTrade options used to have. Yeah, I know there's a lot of people that are missing that. Good questions. But if you're looking for a platform that gives you the nice buying and selling momentum lines, allows you to throw other technicals on it, which you can do if you want. If you like to use moving averages, you can add. There's a full list of technical indicators that you can throw on top of the clear lines chart. The T3 is a pretty good one. But you can add different indicators. I specifically don't know of any option scans. I can check with the guys from Medved. If they're planning to do any kind of option scanners. Hold on one second. Because they do have a stock scanning tool. So I would maybe at some point, I'm going to see what they say. But there is a, let me open up a portfolio real quick. Hold on a second. So they have a scanner. And they have some pre-built scans. Jerry with Medved is responding. Give me just a second. So what type of what type of scan would you want to be able to do, Stan? What features would you want it to have? Are you talking about like scan for specific delta? I know it was so long since I'd used WiseTrade options. Hold on. Yeah, I got you. All right, I'm going to see if that's something it might be something they can do. That's the great thing about working with the Medved guys is they are very responsive to our needs and our customers' needs. And you know, if they see a need for that, they'll definitely do it. Does anybody have a? Yeah, that old option scanner was pretty good. I miss my Wise Finder too. Ah, gotcha. Well, I can tell you that there are a lot of old Wise traders that have converted over to our platform, and they're really loving it. You know, the ability to trade directly from the chart and all of these additional functionalities that they couldn't do with their old Wise trade. It is a little bit of a learning curve. It's definitely a lot more functionality to it, which means a lot more to learn. You know, whereas WiseTrade was a very simplistic platform. There wasn't, you know, there weren't a lot of bells and whistles. There wasn't a lot of things to do to it or with it. So, you know, you couldn't you didn't have a lot of things to click on and off and mess with. Chakoti, if you need tech support from Medved, you can reach them by email. Just support at medvedtrader.com. If it's something I can help you with, let me know, and I'm happy to assist you. So they only offer email support. If you need phone support, that'll have to come from me. If it's something that I can assist with. Is there something you need assistance with? So as far as putting an order on, they're not going to be able to help you with that. I mean, I can assist you. So you first need to make sure you're connected to your broker. And then so Chakoti, what stock are you trying to trade so I can kind of show you what to do? All right, real quick, let me read this. The problem is when Stan says that when WiseTrade put all the visual bells and whistles into it, it caused the search and platform problems. Is that in this platform? No, we have like virtually we'll have like no technical issues with the platform. And they're very responsive. If there is ever any like minor little hiccup, they fix immediately. But so far, it's like I'm going to say it's near flawless platform. It doesn't crash. Nothing like the issues that WiseTrade had. Yeah, these guys are pretty sharp. They've done a phenomenal job. Okay, so Chakoti, are you trying to buy NVIDIA right now? Okay, so what you're going to do is you're going to click on it on your chart, okay, whichever chart you're trading from. You want to make sure you go to the trading button and make sure you're in the right account. So make sure you're trading from the correct account. Okay. Now you should have the number of shares right here. Remember, I did add that for you. So you pick however many shares you want. Make sure you have your order set to whatever type, market or limit. So I have mine set to a market order right now. And then you should have a green B button for buying. If you want to click that, what that's going to do is that's going to create a capsule that's going to appear on the chart. And it's going to move with your mouse until you click your mouse button once. And it's going to set it on the chart. It will actually lock it onto the chart. Okay? You're going to see a little check box. If you want to send that order to your broker, you click the check box. And then you should get a confirmation. I don't have the confirmation. I turned it off. So you can see mine filled at 189.10. So it bought 200 shares at 189.10. You can also right click your mouse and you can click the buy from there and do the same thing. Then once you're in the trade, you can set a stop by clicking on where it says stop, and then click sell, and then do the same thing. Move your mouse to wherever you want to set your stop at. So if I want my stop at 188.66, okay, then I can push that, send the order, click the check, and now I have a stop loss set. Were you able to do that? Okay, please repeat. All right, let me go through the whole process again. I'm going to close this trade out. I'm going to flatten it. All right, and let me do something real quick, just so you can. I'm going to put a confirmation up. Okay, so again, first step is pick an order type, market or limit. So I'm setting mine to market. Next is selecting the number of shares. So you should have I think I added it to your quick access toolbars. You can also go click on trading, and there's an up and down for number of shares. Either or, you should have this on your quick access toolbar. And then if you want to buy, you click the B for buy. That's going to put a little capsule on your chart. It's going to move around until you click your mouse once, and then it's going to lock onto the chart. When you're ready to submit the order, you'll see a little check on the left of the capsule. It says send order to broker. Okay, here's a confirmation. Do you want to submit this new order? Yes. Your new order has been successfully submitted. So I'm filled at 189.11. Okay, that has me in a trade. Again, this is in my demo. Then if I want to set a stop, I go back up to the top and click where it says STP for the order types. And then go to the S for sell. Okay, or you can right click and click sell, or you can go to trading and click sell, any one of those. And again, move your mouse to wherever you want to set your stop loss at if you decide to use a stop. Okay, so if let's say I want my stop at 188.90, okay, I'll click once to set it on the chart. If I don't like that price, I want to move it, I can move the capsule up or down. So if I want to go to 188.81, I can move it to 188.81. And then once I'm ready to commit the order to the broker, then I can click the check. Do you want to submit this new order? Yes. New order has been submitted. So now I have a stop loss at 188.81. I can also move that order up or down from here. If I want to slide it up, I can slide it up and click M to modify it, and then I get my confirmation. Were you able to see all that? Okay, good. So actually, you can see we're already moving into profit here, up 20 bucks. I can cancel my stop by hitting the X. That'll cancel the order. Confirmation, yes, it's been canceled. If I want to switch it to a bracket order, again, this depends on your broker. I could set a bracket order. So I'm actually going to show where the candles are. So I can do a bracket. Again, I need to click sell. So I'll put my stop loss down here at 188.80, and then I hold down my mouse, and I'm going to set a limit up at 189.45. So if it hits my limit, I make 68 bucks. If I hits my stop, I lose 62. So I'm going to commit that order. Yes. So now my stop has been set. My bracket order here. So you can do brackets as well. Again, that depends if your broker allows it. I think your broker does allow bracket orders. So a bracket order is good because it allows you to basically wrap the trade with a stop loss on the bottom and a profit target on the top. If I think it's going to go higher, I can adjust the limit up to a different level and then modify the order. If I want to move my stop up because I think I have some room, or as it moves into profit, I can adjust the stop up. So now I'm only risking $48 to make 140. As the stock moves into profit, I can manually adjust the bottom end of it, the bracket, the bottom of the bracket or the stop up to manually move it to break even. You can also put your mouse cursor over the price, double click it, and you can adjust your stop and your limit, clicking or scrolling on your mouse to move up or down. So if I decide I want to move my stop to 188.95 and I want to move maybe my limit down to 189.60, I can make that adjustment, click the check, and then click the M to modify the order. And here's my confirmation. I'm setting my target at 189.60 and a stop at 188.95. So again, I've readjusted my bracket order, and you can keep doing that and keep readjusting your bracket to protect profit or tighten it up to make sure you hit your target. And then again, as your stop moves up, your target, as you move into profit, I can move my stop to break even. So break even is 189.11. So you can see 189.11, click modify, yes. So now I have a stop at break even and I won't lose on this trade. Worst case scenario is I get out flat. I could lose a penny or two depending if it gets a bad fill. And if I had another, if I wanted to trade out of another account, I can either do that from here and go into that account, or I can do it from another chart. So I could open another chart, even on the same stock. If I wanted to trade NVIDIA in multiple accounts, I could right click here and go to, actually go right here, main, new chart, same as this chart. And then I could switch right here into one of my other brokerage accounts. And then I could trade, hold on a second. So I could trade this window out of a different account. If you had multiple accounts, you can line those up and make your trades on the same stock in different accounts. So if I wanted to, again, if I wanted to buy 200 shares of NVIDIA on this account, then I could do it. I mean, I'm not going to do it now, but I could. Now, if I want to move my stop up into profit, I can start sliding that stop up. So I protect a little bit of profit here. So now it tells me if I get stopped out, I'm going to gain roughly $16, give or take a couple bucks, depending on where my order gets filled. So that's the other really great thing about the Medved platform. You want to make sure you've done your updates to it, but you'll see how much your potential profit is based on where your stop loss is or where your limit is. The limit says I'll make $98 if it hits my limit. But worst case, if I get stopped out right now, I make $16 and I'm up 31. You can see on the capsule here, this tells me my unrealized profit. This tells me my gain if I get stopped out, and this tells me my gain if I hit my target limit. Oh, and I just got filled at 189.18. So I made a little bit. I can actually go over here and see my trades on NVIDIA. All right, we just have a few minutes left. Any other questions about the platform? Just have a couple more minutes before the market closes and before we wind up. That was a pretty good example of how to trade from the chart. Anything else, guys? So again, for those that might have interest in, if you're not currently subscribing to the Clear Lines and have interest in it, you can go to equity-alerts.com, click on the Clear Lines tab. There's some additional information here, information that you'll need to know about costs. So again, the Clear Lines is $59 a month, plus there's an additional platform fee that is paid directly to Medved Trader for $19.99 a month. First month is free. If you have a funded account with Ally Invest, the $19.99 fee to Medved is waived, and it's only $59 a month. If you have an account with any other broker, you will be required to pay $59 a month to Clear Lines plus $19.99 to Medved. And there are annual subscriptions available. There is a important notice: if you do not have one of the other integrated brokers, you may also need quotes from a third party, and that could cost an additional $25 or so a month. If you have additional questions, you're welcome to email me or call Kipp at equity-alerts.com or call me at 972-841-8886. Again, this session is twice a week, every Tuesday and Thursday, 3 o'clock Eastern. It is recorded and will be posted to the equity-alerts.com YouTube page for later viewing. Last chance, any more questions? I want to thank you guys for tuning in today, and we'll see you back here on Thursday. Club Metro, I'll see you obviously, and Frank, I'll see you in the webinar tomorrow. But Stan, thanks for coming in today, And y'all have a great evening. See you all later.